But we start off this week with ChiTown Charlie. Everybody's favorite. If you remember, last week we had an interview with Snuggy Bear and ChiTown Charlie, and we asked him why Michael Crabtree had not signed yet. Well, now that Michael Crabtree has signed his contract, we figured we need to follow back up with ChiTown and figure out how he's feeling.
Who's watching? Tell me who's watching.
So, ChiTown Charlie, how you feeling about Michael Crabtree finally signing his contract?
What's in my pocket, dog? Big face Honda. Just left the mall, bought everything that I wanted. I'm kinda mad with you, hey. I'm real disappointed. Cause what you didn't tell the people, I got plenty money. 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 What's in my pocket, dog? Big face Honda. Just left the mall, bought everything that I wanted. I'm kinda mad with you, hey. I'm real disappointed. Cause what you didn't tell the people, I got plenty money. 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 I got plenty money.
Next up, we got the segment that's a little bit strange,
A little bit peculiar,
a little bit off the wall,
a little bit outlandish,
but guaranteed to be 100%
ReDonkulous.
First up in the ReDonkulous, we got LeBron James. And just to let you know who runs this town up in Cleveland, when Braylon Edwards punched LeBron's little buddy from the State Farm commercial, the one who was out there doing a little kid and play dance, after he punched him, Braylon Edwards was shipped out of town to New York within 48 hours. If that don't let you know whose town this is or who's gonna run this town tonight, nothing else will. But the fact that your butt got run out of town within 48 hours is 100% ReDonkulous.
Next up, we had Steven Jackson. Captain Jack ain't the captain no more in Oakland.
No, sir.
Captain Jack relinquished his captain title, and then this is what he had to say about it. He said, "I don't want to be a role model. Being captain was overrated to me anyway. You don't do anything but go out before the game and talk to the rest, and I don't want to do that anyway." The fact that Steven Jackson, who's tried to jockey in position for a trade, has the nerve to relinquish the captain title and then go out and talk illy of the position is absolutely ReDonkulous.
Next up, we got Dre Bly. And Dre Bly thought he was balling after he made an interception against Matt Ryan in Sunday's game against the 49ers and the Falcons. Let's just go ahead and take a look at this.
Now, we remember the speed we saw earlier in the game. That's a great play by Dre Bly, but what are you doing? Put the ball away. What are you celebrating for? You're going to get swallowed up in about 5 more yards. I mean, this is nonsense. What? Yeah, get ready, because here he comes. I think you're supposed to do that as you cross the goal line.
Dre Bly, all I have to do is say, homie, if you are down by 24 points, and if you are running away from the same receiver who outran you for a 90-yard touchdown not 5 minutes earlier, you do not start celebrating high-stepping on your own 20. You need to tuck that ball underneath your arm, focus on the end zone, look up at the Jumbotron and see him gaining behind you, and then get tackled and keep the ball for your team. But the fact that you're an idiot and thought you could celebrate is 100% ReDonkulous.
Next up, we have Dexter Fowler. Dexter Fowler, who used to play basketball with Dwight Howard back in the day, showed his athletic prowess. And you know, I can describe it to you, but I just want to show it to you real quick.
And a bouncer towards second. Utley, as Fowler jumps over him, Rollins can't handle the throws.
Dexter Fowler went over him, didn't run over him, just leapfrogged him.
Oh, man.
ReDonkulous. Next up, we got Owen Schmidt. And you might not know who Owen Schmidt is because before Sunday, I did not know who this fool was either. But Owen Schmidt is a fullback for the Seattle Seahawks who was making his first start. And in the pregame antics, this fool took his helmet and bashed it against his head 2 times, busted it all wide open, had blood hanging all down his shirt, looking foolish. Just take a look at this stuff.
The place is going nuts. And this guy does his best Gus Frerotte imitation, but hits his own head.
ReDonkulous.
Next up, we have Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods making $1 billion this year. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, $1 billion. It wasn't Michael Jordan that did it first. It wasn't Shaquille O'Neal. It was Tiger Woods who made $1 billion. And wow, the fact that you can make this much money as an athlete with endorsements and winnings is absolutely ReDonkulous. Can I borrow the jacket?
He needs to be certified for balling. Next up, we got the Washington Redskins. And the Washington Redskins have had the easiest schedule in NFL history thus far because every team that they have played, when they played them, was winless. Let's just go down the schedule of the Redskins. They started off against the Giants, who, keep in mind, hadn't played a game yet, but they still had not won a game yet, so they hadn't won. Then they played the Rams, who were 0-1. Then they played the Lions, who were 0-2. Then they played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who were 0-3, followed up with the Carolina Panthers, who were 0-3, and then next week they will play the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 0-5. Now, the interesting thing about this stretch is, through the stretch of futility that they've been playing, the Washington Redskins have only managed to win 2 games. 2 games. And if that ain't a reason to get Jim Zorn fired the hell out of D.C., there ain't never going to be another reason. But the fact that you've only managed to win 2 games against winless opponents is absolutely ReDonkulous.
Next up, we have Joe Torre with his 14th consecutive playoff appearance as a manager. But most importantly about this playoff appearance is that he has a chance to potentially play the Yankees in the World Series.
Interesting.
And the fact that Joe Torre, 14 consecutive playoff appearances, 12 of which came in New York, has a chance to run the table and potentially beat the Yankees for a championship.
ReDonkulous. Next up, we got Cleveland Browns rookie James Davis. And James Davis, I'm sorry you ended up in Cleveland. Because you know what Eric Mangenius did with this fool? He told James Davis that he'd go ahead and practice without pads while the rest of the players had on full pads, which led to James Davis busting his shoulder up and being out with a season-ending injury. If that is not a synopsis of how things have been going in Cleveland, I don't know what else is, but the fact that this happened is 100% ReDonkulous.
And then, lastly, we have Carlos Rogers of the Washington Redskins.
Yes.
Who called out Daniel Snyder,
yes,
saying simply that the only thing that's been consistent with the Redskins, who have bought every big-name player on the market, from coaching, from players, has been the ownership. And if anything needs to be changed in that organization for them to do better, then maybe that's where they should look.
Oh, those sound like fight words to me. Those sound like fight words to me.
You talking about your boss, you ain't about to have a job. And the fact that you had the nerve to do that,
ReDonkulous.
But he has brass though.
And that's it for the Thursday Night Sports Party. We'd like to thank you for tuning in and watching. Remember, you can catch us every week at www.thursdaynightsportsparty.com. You can also check us out on atltonight.com. And until next week, you stay classy, Atlanta.